So we went to see the F1 movie in the Stella Cinema in Rathmines, and we're going to do a review of it. And in the review, we're going to do a plot in 60 seconds. We're going to talk about the performances. We're going to mention Drive to Survive and Apple as a production company. We're going to talk about the editing, the pacing, and the overall length of the movie. And then we're going to give it our ratings. So before we get into it,
Yeah.
if you could please hit that subscribe button, it would really mean a lot to me. I'm at 846 subscribers at the time we're recording, and we're trying to get to the magic number 1,000 so we can hit that monetization threshold.
Plot in 60 seconds. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You were.
I didn't think about it that time.
Do you know why? I watched all of them because I was editing them together. So now I'm thinking about it. Because every time you're like, you always go scissors first. And I do.
I went scissors first.
No, that's why I went paper.
Oh, you did always go scissors first, though. Anyway, I'm gonna let me go first. Me go first.
Me. Plot in 60 seconds whenever you're ready.
Washed up, former promising F1 driver Sonny Hayes is back on the scene doing his NASCAR, etc., etc. And you see in the beginning that he's going from place to place doing different races. He meets an old friend of his who would have been a driver at the same time as him back in the day. And he's like, I need you to race the Formula One with me. My team is going to be sold. I need you to come on board. And what ensues then is Sonny going and just seems like he is making the races chaotic and is doing all different shit, but there's like method to his madness and he doesn't get on with his team partner, but then he does, and then there's an underbelly of corruption and someone trying to bamboozle the team and sell it for their own gain. There's fast cars, lots of racing, a little bit of drama, a bit of a love story, and that's my
10 seconds.
take. I'm not giving any more away than that.
Okay, so
Sounds very basic.
yeah, like we said,
I covered everything, I think.
I hope you don't get cancelled with your accent.
What accent?
You need to save my team.
Oh, yeah.
How do I connect with the skis?
Right, you're gonna have to go wait till it's 3 minutes because I can't do it.
Okay.
Oh, 6 seconds a minute. Yeah, no, I could have done that, but just give it 10 seconds.
Okay, it has to be a round number.
6 plus 6, go.
Sonny Hayes is a NASCAR driver, but he's a has-been, a kind of also ran. And his former racing companion, played by Javier Bardem, is the owner of an F1 team that are sat last place in the F1 rankings. The team have to win one of their 9 remaining races, so as the board will not initiate an automatic sell-off of the team. Javier Bardem is passionate and wants to stay as the owner. So he brings Sonny in. Although Sonny is reckless, he thinks that he can work in unison with his rookie driver, and together they can create synergy to win one of the 9 final races. There's lots of politics and espionage along the way, undermining each other. The two don't get on, but will they prevail?
Well done.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good. I think you looked up a lot of stuff about
I didn't.
that.
Well, I did. I went to the cinema and watched it. So, in the comments, who did a better plot in 60 seconds? You win the rock, paper, scissors. I win the plot in 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about the performances. So the lead character was played by Brad Pitt, Sonny Hayes. I really thought this was great performance by Brad Pitt.
Yeah, amazing.
But he looks so well.
He looks great. Now, the thing, it's funny because Brad Pitt's a great actor.
Yeah.
Like, he's really good. But for some reason, I was really worried about this film.
Well, I think, that's an interesting point. Going into this, I had really no expectations. Like, to be honest, I thought it was a waste of you. No, that's a bit. Yeah, I thought it was a misuse of the voucher for the Stella. I thought we would have gone and seen something. Like, I just thought it was going to be really hammed up, really Hollywood.
Yeah.
Really shallow.
Yes. Very Americanized.
Very Americanized, yeah. Very Hollywood.
And look, I know there's American racers. I know there's American money in the F1. I know that there's all, it's not like America's so far removed from it. It's not like it's America doing a soccer movie, because we all know how that turns out.
Yeah.
But I was very I was and I wasn't. I was very wary of the film because it's like, oh god, they're gonna, like, as you said, ham it up, make it really Americanized, do whatever. Then I was like, well, obviously it was shot when the races were going on.
Yeah.
So I was like, if the F1 are involved and are allowing this to happen, I was like, because it's actual footage and actual people
But yeah,
involved, I was like, it has to be somewhat okay. I just didn't know how Brad's performance was going to be because it's a different film for him as well.
but also you said that it's a lot of the producers were F1 owners or designers or was Lewis Hamilton, I think, was
Lewis
that
Hamilton was
produced.
the executive producer, yeah.
So
But we didn't know that going into it.
no, that's very true. But yeah, I think they, like you said, they wouldn't fund the project if they weren't,
Yes. Yes.
if they didn't believe in it, or because there's so much money in F1.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But back to Brad Pitt.
Well, like
I think as well, for me, I know he's been in such a broad range of films, but like I think his outside persona sometimes is like that squeaky clean, handsome
yeah,
Hollywood kind of man.
yeah.
So I actually didn't know what the plot was.
No, neither did I.
So then when obviously it was kind of unfolded in front of us, I was like, right, can he be like a washed up has been, and my God, did he blow it out of the park?
But he kind of did that in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Didn't see it.
He plays Leonardo DiCaprio's stunt double.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but it was kind of in like a transitional period in Hollywood because up to that point, like lead actors, they had really close relationships
Yes.
with their stunt doubles.
Yeah.
So in it, Brad Pitt is obviously, he kind of knows he's in the twilight of his career, so he's just like, Leo keeps him around as like an errand boy,
Yeah.
just to do his dry clean, clean his pool and stuff like
Yeah.
that, just to keep him on the payroll. So it wasn't a far cry from that
Okay.
for this movie, because I think he does, he kind of mechanics does, like
Yeah.
I think he like redoes his roof and things like that.
Okay.
So it wasn't a far cry, but I felt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he looks so old.
Yeah, he has aged.
But this, he looks so young.
Yeah, he's very fresh.
Yeah, he looked great.
Not to start rumors or anything, but is he doing the facials everyone else doing?
For sure, if you're a millionaire, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, also true. No, he looks great. He looks
Because what,
really,
what
really
would the
fresh.
facial be? A couple $100,000.
Oh yeah. I'm saying facial, I mean facelift.
Yeah,
I don't want to start rumors.
but I would too. Like,
I know.
if I was an actor in the public eye,
But then as well, I also feel like he's put a bit of weight on. I think when he did look really old, I think he'd gone really skinny.
in
When he was looking that time period when he was old, I was like, oh god, he looks quite like, and this isn't a like body shame anyway.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? But I think, I
around
don't
the
know if
neck
he
and
was
stuff.
stressed or something, but like he looked like he just had lost an excessive amount of weight. Not that he had he didn't have weight to lose anyway. But I just feel like he looks healthy.
He does, but in this he was shredded. Like, he looked like an F1 driver.
Yeah, he looked really
Because
well.
they are lean.
Yeah, they are. No, he looked really good.
Yeah.
But this isn't about his looks.
His performance.
I thought he was brilliant. I think he really played the character well. He was a very believable character.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Pretty Boy trying to play something that he wasn't. It was like, I actually was like, I believe he lives in his van.
Yeah.
You know, like, and just even like the little details, like, the kind of like the cards and like, he was a gambler and like, kind of just having those things. And then like that, when those things didn't land, he was getting to, it was always just like, it was very consistent as well with
Very
his
well
stuff.
fleshed out character.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
even the card tricks, throwing the cards. And
Yeah.
it's all them little details, and putting the card in his pocket, not checking it. Like, that's what shows that they've developed a character.
Yeah, and you would believe that character would do those things.
Yeah, whereas they're probably like, what are they called? Superstitions.
Yeah.
Like, because they say all the drivers have superstitions, but also gamblers would. But it's not just like. And he had the thing about his socks as well, the wore on socks.
Yeah.
They were there in the movie, but they weren't like rammed down your face, being like, "Look how clever we are! We put this thing in to show that we really know what we're talking about." It's just something he does, and then you pick up that that's one of his traits, is superstition.
And they didn't go into it either.
Exactly.
You didn't need to know why he started. We don't know. Have to know how long he's been doing it for.
Yeah. But I feel like the superstitions would be very common with drivers and gamblers.
I did like, though, that your man asked him about the card. He was like, "Why did you never look at the card?"
Yeah.
And then at the end, he looks at the card, but we don't know what the card is.
Yeah.
I really liked that though. I like the way that kind of was like a closing.
Tied it up,
Yeah,
ripped it
I
up.
liked that.
The other performances then, the rookie was Damson. Idris.
I haven't seen him in anything.
No.
I really liked his character.
Yeah.
I think very much you could believe that cockiness.
Yeah.
He's young. He's new to sport.
You'd have to be an F1 driver.
Um.
You'd have to. Just you'd have to have confidence to take a corner 300 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, but not. I mean, just like that. Still, he was doing badly, but was still like posing for
Yeah.
photos and was going. And I feel like it shows that. Yeah, I think it. I'm not saying that like it's for F1. But I'm saying in other sports even like there is that with kind of a younger generation that cockiness even when they're not doing particularly well. You know,
Yeah.
footballers, all that sort of thing. They're getting paid huge money. They're very young, like that. They're putting their lives at risk, but there is kind of a disconnect. You know, with social media, with trying to be like getting the collabs with this, that. And I do feel like even when it's like that, footballers, anyone, aren't necessarily particularly doing well, they're still going on like their shit don't stink. You know, that sort of way. So it's nice, but that's a good character development for him to start off that way as well.
Yeah.
And then through working, like driving with Sonny,
Yeah.
obviously not liking each other.
Yeah.
To then for him to, you can see him mature throughout the film and kind of go, okay, no, it's not that I'm an F1 driver. I'm unreal. I actually have to work at this.
Yeah. To be a team player.
Yeah.
Because, like, there is so much, like, politics in F1 as well. At the, like, there's the subplot of they have to win the race. That's kind of the main ambition. Like, and everyone goes out there wanting to win the race.
Yeah.
So then they have to win a race before in the last 9, but then the company could get sold. But also his contract's up. He doesn't have a contract. So for the next season.
Yes.
So
not Sonny's character, the other character.
Joshua Pierce.
Yeah.
So he has to do well so he can get better offers.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd be happy with the team to be sold to stay. It's multi-layered.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like a very linear plot.
Mm-hmm.
There was like the domino effect of different actions will result in different consequences. There's no black or white.
Yeah.
Like, if we lose all the races, team gets sold, new people come in, will they retain his contract?
Mm-hmm.
Does he want to stay there?
Mm-hmm.
Or does he want to end up a Ferrari or McLaren or Williams or whoever it is?
But then as well, like he's racing their last team on, and I know it's like the cars. Oh, no, I'm getting confused. No, I'm not getting confused. Car as well, but like that, if you're like if you're like the last team on the grid, you're not necessarily going to get those contracts.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
But then if you're saying
that's not also, I feel like at the beginning of the film, that's not computing with him. You know, I think he feels like he's just young and cocky at the beginning. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great character arc with him. Great character development. And tell them the information you disclosed with me about his career, the actor.
Oh, so I thought it was really interesting. I saw a video. I can't remember if it was like Instagram or TikTok or whatever. And he was working on. Oh, I can't remember. It's embarrassing now. He's working on his show during COVID. The show he's known for. I don't know the show. I can't remember the name of it. And he got the call up to be in Bullet Train with Brad Pitt. And
was his best friend in Bullet Train? Was he one of the two?
I don't know.
Thomas the Tank and
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So he got the call up to do with Brad Pitt, and obviously he's like, oh, like, you know, up and coming, once in a lifetime opportunity, work with Brad Pitt, and they were like, no, because of COVID regulations, you can't go and film. And he's like, I was so upset. He's like crying. He was like, and everyone was looking at me, and I was like, how can I not be on a film with Brad Pitt? And they were like, we can't, COVID regulations. Like, and that you forget. Like, I know it's so strict for all of us, but like that just shows you as well. Like, even in those things, you forget about that. Like, because the COVID like that, it would restrict, and they would interfere with each sets and stuff. You
cross contaminate.
No, you couldn't cross contaminate. You couldn't go on different sets.
Yeah,
because you had to obviously. If you were working on one set, I think before you went on to another one, you had to isolate for like.
But that would have been your bubble, remember, as well.
Yeah.
There's like a collection of friends you're allowed to see.
So that didn't happen, and then he said some years later, now he's doing a lead. I don't think it was a lead role in Bullet Train, but I don't know what it was. But I now he's got like that
Well,
work
like the only
decided. But it just shows you what's for you won't pass you.
yeah
How often is it in a young person's career that they got offered you 2 movies with Brad Pitt?
yeah
Do you know?
yeah. I suppose that's the sign. Like there's that thing of oh. I don't think it's as common as anymore, but people used to say, oh, like about artists or whatever, it's like, oh, he's only famous because he did this, and then that got picked up, and then boom, 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 boom. But my argument is, if they didn't get that break that time, they weren't going to give up.
Yeah.
So he would have got this eventually,
Yeah.
just through persistence.
Yeah.
But it's great that it happened.
Yeah.
Is more.
Yeah. I liked seeing his character development. I didn't like him at the beginning.
Yeah.
But I think that's because I was just like, what's his problem? Or I just was like, this lad just thinks he's unreal, and I'm like, work at it. Like exactly. You're kind of like, you need to work more.
But
It's not good enough that you were just in the F1.
yeah, yeah. But Brad Pitt, he really called him out. He goes, "It's not your fault. Your frontal cortex just hasn't developed yet. You haven't matured. You don't know how to be patient." So that was really
So
good.
that was good.
So that doesn't come. That's not well for men. It doesn't finish you at 25.
25. It's more as everyone.
Is it as well? But I thought women's developed sooner.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like your frontal cortex at all. I think it's just 25.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see their relationship as well. Like they don't become like best buddies, best pals. You know what I mean as well.
Yeah, they're teammates.
And they work very well. But then you can see like that. You know, it's obviously when they do things, your man thinks that Sonny's trying to like undermine him or like jeopardize.
Yeah, it'll jeopardize his future.
Whereas really the whole way along, you're like, oh, he's actually
yeah. Sonny was a real team player.
Such a team player, and like what to his own detriment.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he wasn't placing, he wasn't, you know, and it just looked like he was causing, as you say, causing chaos the whole time.
But then as well, he said that he was like, after like 2 races of chaos, they were like, "What are you gonna do this week, Sonny?" And he goes, "Well, that's the thing. Everyone's looking at me. Nobody's going to be paying attention to the kid. So he's going to win the race. I'm going to make all the distractions."
Yeah, yeah. It was really good. I loved that.
Yeah.
I just loved that.
Yeah, it was great. Like, I thought it was going to be Brad Pitt is brought in, or to be honest, I thought it was like Brad Pitt is a journeyman racer and then becomes world champion.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this was a really well fleshed out plot.
Yeah.
With twists and turns, and I didn't know what was going to happen.
I also liked the fact that they used the F1 rules in
the
movie to say like, I thought it was just going to be they're racing the cars around. There might be a crash.
Yeah.
Whereas like him going, right, well, I'm going to do this, and let's say you're one. I know we'll get to her performance in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But she's going, he's plotting this for a reason. Like, so him going, well, if I make debris on the track, they're going to bring the safety car. So even if you weren't involved, if you didn't know about I liked the way they used. It wasn't that they were like, oh, people might not know about F1, we're going to explain stuff, we're going to do this. They just did stuff and went, where people are going to have to just catch up on the rules and understand how it works. You know, if you weren't into it.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah, it was accessible if you weren't into it.
Yeah, and, like, the tires and, like, talking about, like, you know, different bits and bobs. And I was like, oh, like... But they didn't have to over-explain things. They kind of just put it in and just went to it. And I was like, oh, I thought it was very clever.
Yeah.
That they used like that. I know it was strategy because obviously he was an F1 driver in the day.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just liked the way they did that, and it wasn't like Fast and Furious. They're just racing cars and just crash every now and then.
Define all
I genuinely thought they were just going to be slow drivers, and then but the fact there was strategy and there was like, I was like, oh, I really liked that. Kept your brain kind of going. Yeah. Oh, what is he going to do next? Like, what is he going to? You know, and then talking about different corners, and you know, and just I thought it was really good.
Yeah, and then there was the contrast between the kid has all the electronic response, whereas he just has 2 tennis balls that he keeps throwing against the wall, and he gets, for the team bonding, he gets all the team to run a lap of the track, and then the kid does that eventually. He picks it up. Yeah, we've got enough time, because
like that as well, as much as you're saying like the 2 lads are driving as a team, like the whole
Yeah, it's a full team effort.
Full team. It's not literally just the driver. I know he's the driver and like that. And I think that's as well where the maturity and like the changing of his character comes as well. Because he's in the F1 and he's the driver. I think at the beginning of the film he kind of thinks, oh, I'm the shit. And then as it progresses, it's like, it's just more than me. I'm not going to be where I am if the person putting my wheels on isn't in the right
Yeah,
headspace.
yeah.
If I'm not nice to them, if I'm not, because
Oh,
it is,
instead of like a hierarchy.
it's, it doesn't work if the stuff for the car is not working.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
100%. Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's taking the maturity for him to realize I'm the F1 driver, but I'm not the.
You still
It's
have the
not
team.
just me; it's a whole team. Yeah, it's
Have,
nice to see him, and I really liked him at the end.
yeah.
Yeah,
Javier Bardem.
yeah, I really like. Yeah, again, I really liked him. Like I just keep saying that.
We liked everyone.
I think you can believe that he.
Will be a F1 owner.
Yeah,
$350 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, because you see that, not the $350 million in debt, but you see, former drivers, former mechanics, former whatever
Yeah.
being he's the owner, not the team principal.
Yeah, he's the owner.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well then, yeah. Like.
Yeah, he was good, and I thought the team partner, he was real slippery.
Oh no, he managed the board.
Is that who
He was on the board. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the
Yeah,
board.
he was
Board
slippery.
of directors.
Slimy.
Yeah. I know his face from somewhere,
Probably, yeah.
and I think he plays a slippery character in another film.
Yeah.
I love when people just consistently play slippery characters. Really.
Yeah, sleazy. Yeah.
But Javier Bardem, I think he was good. I think it was very believable. Like, the relationship with Brad Pitt, it was nice
Yep.
to have that little link. There was never a part of me that didn't like the character.
Yeah. You wanted him to succeed.
I just wanted him to. I'm like, oh.
It just seemed quite genuine.
Yeah. Yeah. And worked his way up. And I think as well, sometimes, and like this isn't a bad thing, but like sometimes I prefer, even in real life, when the person has worked their way up. Because like that, it's not just a man with loads of money coming in like that. The board of directors man coming in with money
Like
and trying to overtake.
Schloss. Stroll. Yeah. I'll give him a piece of my mind when I see him.
Yeah. So it's not like just a businessman giving money. I'm not gonna name names, but businessman giving money and like owning a team and whatever.
I'm making his son a driver.
Yeah.
The main driver.
Yeah. No.
For
Yeah.
Williams.
Yeah. That was years ago, Lou. You're way behind.
Is he still driving?
Yeah.
Is it that he's still funding it?
I don't know. I'm not up to date. We'll catch up with Try to Survive. So in the film, obviously, like it was nice that they started off together and like he's made his way up to owning an F1 team. I really liked that.
The movie was that good. I tolerated Kerry Condon's accent. Like.
Okay, so Kerry Condon plays
something McKenna. Top the morning chair, the leprechaun.
So, we literally 2 minutes into the film, you were like,
You thought she was Dutch.
No, 2 minutes into the film, you were like, that's the worst Irish accent I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Now, I have a gripe. I'm looking at the camera for a minute. I have a gripe. Which one do I look at?
That one.
I have a gripe. We're Irish. I'm Irish. And this is going to sound horrific. I love Ireland. I love Irish people. Irish accents, real or not, on screen, are sometimes horrific. Especially fairly country accents. So like a Laois accent. Well, sometimes maybe not a Laois accent. Anyway, like I find what I would say really country accents.
Yeah, but they're not real, I don't think.
But like your likes of Tipperary, your likes of like.
But if you got them on the screen and talk like they talked in the pub, it'd be fine. But it's like when I do my intro.
Yeah.
You become a character.
Yeah. So when we literally were 2 minutes in, you were like, her Irish accent's horrible. Who is she? Blah 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 blah. Did I Google her after the film?
Yeah.
No, I think during, and then I was like, oh yeah. Then I must have said she was Dutch or something. And then I was like, no, Louis, I think she's actually Irish. So we kind of put it to bed and left it. because I knew her face from somewhere, and then as well as her accent, I was like, I know that Irish accent, like that voice, whether it's real or not, I know it from somewhere. So looked her up, and Banshees of Inisherin, Kerry Condon. So I was like, she is Irish. It just, it's a very hammed up accent. Whether she hams it up on purpose, whether she gets anxious. But in saying that as well, looked her up, and she does the voice of the thing anyway in Iron Man or
Oh
the
yeah,
Avengers when he had an
AI.
Irish AI thing. I remember that accent came up and I was like, that is the worst Irish accent I've ever heard. I was like, that has to be an American putting an Irish accent on. And it's not, it's her.
Okay, I've got a bit of a theory then.
Okay.
Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah.
Thought she was great.
Yeah.
Irish director.
Okay.
I think that's what the Americans want as their Irish accent. That's 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 the Irish accent. That's the Irish accent to American directors.
Okay.
Because this director directed Top Gun.
Okay.
So I could imagine an Irish character in Top Gun sounding like that. And if you said it was in Iron Man, very Hollywood, very American, we want the Irish. It felt like, so she's from Tipperary. It felt like she was doing a more legible Cork accent.
Is it because, do we notice it more because most of the accents that are in the film aren't Irish? Banshees of Inisherin, everyone else has Irish accents. Is it just because
But I just think her accent was Irish. No, I think this was
insert clip
dialed.
here of her accent in?
I think this was dialed up. It's turned it up, Irish it up, boost the saturation. I think that's, and that would have been from the director because she probably has a neutral Tipperary accent.
Mm,
So it's, I think it must be a direction.
yeah, I don't know.
But the movie was that good, I could tolerate it, and I forgot about it at times.
Yes, I forgot about it after maybe the first.
Every now and again, she'd say something like,
Yeah, I just don't know. It's this, and it's funny because it's. But then I have this issue with Irish accents in general a lot of the time.
yeah.
Like Fair City. That, oh, it just, there's something about the Irish accent sometimes, and it's gonna sound so bad because
Some of the actors in Fair City, come on.
I know I don't watch
The
Fair
Irish
City, but you know what I mean.
coronation.
But sometimes I hear an Irish accent and it makes me go, "That's not how we sound."
Yeah, that's bad acting then.
But sometimes really good actors sound terrible too. She was great in it though.
Yeah, she was great.
Um,
And she's
also,
from The Rock.
like very obvious from early on that she was going to be the love interest.
Yeah.
But also,
She wasn't there just for that though.
no, she was a very, and like that, she was a very smart
Very
character.
accomplished.
You know, very accomplished. She was like the first woman to be a car
To be a lead.
designer.
Yeah.
Very good. Kind of like, I kind of liked that even though she was somewhat of the love interest, that wasn't all that the film was about.
Yeah.
And it didn't end with them getting married. It didn't end with them. Sorry, spoilers. It didn't end with, you know. It
Oh, yeah.
ended like on a, and you went, oh,
Yeah.
she didn't
moved
change
on.
him.
Yeah.
He didn't change her. You
Just a
know.
bit of a fling.
Yeah, but it was also see you another
See you down
time.
the road.
Yeah, I liked that. She knew she couldn't change him, and she never tried to.
Because women don't want a man. They want a project.
She has a big enough project going on with
Exactly.
the car.
She had her own projects.
And she never once thought about changing him. Maybe asked him to not be as chaotic, but sure, look. Yeah, but like she was a fine character. Like she was a great character, not a great character. Like
Pretty well fleshed out,
she
well
was,
rounded. She
yeah,
was believable
yeah,
in that world. And again, wanted her to likable. Wanted her to succeed.
yeah,
Appreciate what she was doing.
yeah,
Worked as a team, but stood up for herself as well.
yeah,
Had her own ideas.
yeah.
Yeah, all around, I thought all the performances were very good. That smarmy character, he played that really well. Oh, the best friend, Joshua Pierce's cousin, who's like his best friend,
Manager.
manager.
Yeah.
So, I suppose yeah, because what's the name? Paul Pogba. His brother was his agent.
Okay.
Just such a I wouldn't say a waste of a career, but he could have fulfilled a lot more
Mhm.
had he not been focused on social media and all that jazz.
Okay.
But I'd say that's true for a lot. Harry Kane was the same. His brother's his agent.
Okay.
Um,
It just, I think as well that would have worked well. Well, no, maybe I'm wrong, but I think like because the character was British,
yeah,
maybe this is wrong, but like with young British people, maybe it's more likely for them to maybe have a family member than say in America. I know in America when you're really young as a kid, some people's parents become their agents, but
yeah.
I feel like agents is much. It seems like a more American thing.
But he didn't seem. I don't think he was his agent. I think,
No, he was ordering because we was talking about the contracts and stuff.
but I think he was just. He saw an opportunity that his cousin was a Formula One driver, so I'm gonna live off into his coattails and I'm gonna be his entourage. Like I don't think I think he'd be his of I don't think he was formally his agent. I think he was just a hanger on her, and
Okay.
he kept him around because he thought he was good for him, or maybe at the
Yeah.
start he kept him grounded and don't forget where you're from.
Yeah, and I think people do like to have their family because I suppose you're kind of probably like it's easier to have my family than hire someone that might take me for might
Yeah,
swindle me. You won't assume your family's going to swindle you.
yeah. And I thought it was an interesting character study because I didn't think he had the realization. Like he kind of came to the conclusion that he wasn't good for his career. But I think I still think the cousin was he thought he was doing the best for his cousin.
Oh yeah, I don't think there was badness in
Exactly.
him
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, they're young. You're
Yeah,
being
exactly.
thrown into
Yeah.
this like because I don't know the step up between the F2 and the F1. I don't know if there's like a huge difference. Do you know what I mean? Like it's huge to make to F1 in like terms of social status, in terms of money. I know it's mad big to be in the F1, but what I mean like if you're that age and you're thrust into the F1, like
Yeah.
what a lifestyle you can have.
Yeah.
So like I'm sure at that age, like it does go to people. Well, I know I'm sure it can go to people's head if you don't have the right people around you. But I think it was nice to have the contrast between his cousin, who I suppose was, yeah, like you should be living the party lifestyle, you
Yeah.
should be getting your collabs, you should be doing this, and then his mum, who was like, well, don't forget what your dad used to say to you, and like
Yeah.
it's the kind of home,
Image.
and it's to have the two because I'm sure like that there's so many opportunities for like all these dryers and stuff that like if you don't have that the good people around you, like I'd say you could just go mad, like
Well, I heard someone talking about Bam from Jackass,
yeah.
and they were referencing him, but they said whatever age you become famous, that's the end. That's the age that you stay.
Mm.
So that's why a lot of the child actors,
Mm-hmm.
because this is what I did to become so rich, so I don't have to change. I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
mature.
But then as well with all those people, like at that age, I know you're saying you don't mature, but then as well, when you get to that level of fame, when you get to that level of money, people become yes people. You're never really told no.
Yeah.
So, his mother, I suppose, was his friend was probably like the yes person. Yes, we'll do this. Yes, we'll do that. Yeah, and he's like, oh, this is good for your career. This is like making the money and da da da. But like that, and like with child actors as well, like you very quickly people you ask for things and you get them.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Drugs.
drugs, alcohol, parties, women, you know, I'm gonna spend my money on cars, watches,
Houses.
everything. And like it's very rare that probably people are gonna tell you no.
What's his name? Literally said that the other week. Paul Pogba, the United player. He said when he went to United, that was when he was, I think, like the €100 million player, and he got a massive contract, and obviously got a massive sign-on fee. And he said he went mad and his like went crazy lifestyle. And his father said, "These aren't your friends."
Hmm.
He said, "Take note of who's here when the party ends."
Yeah.
And he got banned for 2 years because he had it's a grey area of like what he took, but it looked like a performance enhancer. And he said nobody was around then when he wasn't playing football.
But then I feel like the cousin also copped on because when he
Yeah,
obviously
find
had
it. Yeah,
because when he had that accident and he was quite, I suppose, blaming Sonny and the mother, they were all kind of blaming him. And then he kind of came to the realization afterwards that like, no, I need to take this stuff seriously.
yeah,
You could see his running got faster. You could see that he, as you said, put away the big tech stuff, and
Back to
doing
basics.
went back to basics like Sonny was doing. I was like, maybe this fella has a thing, and then he was doing the race and the simulators again and again, and he was like, no, I took his advice and that, and he told us because
Oh yeah, yeah.
when he was out partying and he realized he was sitting there by himself because you missed that part. You went to the toilet, so they went to a nightclub. Remember, they were at dinner, and then the
Yeah.
cousin came and was like, oh, we need to go to the nightclub, and Sonny was like, you need to put all this. It's all noise.
It's all nice.
Blah blah. And I suppose that kind of stuck in the fella's head. So they were out partying. The cousin had gone to get drinks, and he was sitting by himself in the nightclub, and he was having a drink.
It was all for the cousin to.
And he was sitting there having a drink, and he went over, and then a girl sat down beside him, and she was like, "Hi, you an F1 driver?" And he was like, "I am, yeah." And you could see him kind of getting a bit. And she goes, "Can you introduce me to Charles Leclerc, who's like a Ferrari driver?" And he just went, "Yeah, I'll go get him now." And he just walked off.
Oh.
Yeah, walked off, and he
knows
was
what?
like, "She has no idea who I am. None of these people care. They know I'm an F1 driver. It's they're using me to get to someone else." So then I think he kind of had that realization with the cousin, and then was like, "No, I need to leave." And his cousin was like, "What?" And he's like, "No, I need to go," because at the end of the day, he's probably not drinking in the nightclub.
No, not if you do the race next day.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like no one's talking to you, and he started taking. But then I think at the end, because the cousin was still there at the end,
Yeah, but he was supporting him.
supporter. So I think you know,
He took it graciously.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it didn't become he didn't become a bastard, which I liked.
Yeah, exactly.
They
And
could have very easy bastardized him.
that's why I kind of thought he did. He genuinely thought he had the best intentions of his cousin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was doing the best he could.
Yeah.
I think we covered all the performances there.
I also want to say for like the kind of I don't know them by name, but I suppose the background characters. Well, not I don't mean background characters that kept cropping up, but like I didn't know their names, but they were there. So the team principal of
Yeah.
that team, he was your man. He gave her the orders of killing Eve. What's it?
Yeah, yeah,
I loved his character.
yeah.
He was like kind of tick, and then he was obsessed with his wife, and like you know what I mean. I loved all that. Like so, he popped in a few times, and he was getting tick. And then the team that were kind of giving them all the directions for going on, the ginger fella with the glasses, like he was
Yeah,
he's like, oh, their dialogue was all very good. And then the people that were changing the tires and stuff, so the mechanics, I can't remember his name, but he was always around, the older man that was going for the runs and stuff.
Can't remember.
He had a good relationship with like Sonny, and then the girl, I remember she
Yeah.
fucked up on the
Yeah.
first race, and your man kind of gave out to her, but then Sonny is like, don't beat yourself up, you're only starting, and building up the characters, and then they all become very, so like that, it just shows how many people are involved, and
Yeah.
well, and I really like that they had all that involved, because they could have very easily not done that.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, yeah. But as well, it wasn't crammed down your throat. We are a team. Like it let the audience do a bit of the lifting as well.
Yes. If I didn't like Formula One, I don't think I would have gone to see the film.
Fair.
Which would have been doing me a disservice, because it was an amazing film.
Yeah.
So even if you don't watch F1, if you're not into racing, whatever, to go see it. It's unreal. And I think I feel like with Drive to Survive, that's how I got into it. So my sister was into F1. I think my sister's been into F1 before that, and so has
Patrick.
So, Amy would watch the things on Sunday, and I was like, I don't know. And there's a few people from local people from around that I'm friends with on Instagram, and they put stuff up, over F1. So over the years, I have been somewhat exposed to it. My parents, Senna,
Yeah.
the main people,
Schumacher.
Schumacher. Like, I'm not oblivious.
Yeah.
I was never oblivious to it. But then I was kind of, I don't know if I could sit and like watch them drive around. I didn't get it. And then it would have been after COVID. I don't know what it was, but then I was like, I think Amy was like, Drive to Survive. It's really good. And I was like, you know what? I'll just put it on and give it a go. Well, and I think like that, Drive to Survive brought in a whole new wave, I think, of people.
Yeah.
For F1. It doesn't help that the men are not bad looking either. I was behind. I think it was only on series like 3 or 4 when I got into it. Now it's going up to series 8. It hasn't been released yet, but I got really into it then, and to the point where like I literally binged 4 seasons in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Was it during COVID? I think it was. Like, you didn't really have, when things weren't really. Anyway, there's lots of stuff to do. Because you were off if you had COVID for a week.
Yeah, yeah.
You had nothing to
Smash
do,
it out.
like, so you
Yeah.
literally smashed it out. So then I got into it, and then I started watching. Like, I literally had the app on my phone.
Yeah.
I was watching, like, I keep up with the qualifying. I don't think I ever rewatched it, but then I'd watch the races on a Sunday, and then I'd be like, literally, like, and I'd be keeping up with the news, and like, it was like literally when me when I get into something, was following them all on like
On the
on
socials.
Instagram, like was keeping up with their lives, what they were doing, like, oh, I don't know, I had the train and everything. It's got really into it. And then I kind of fell off for a while. So I was probably into it for like heavily into it for probably about 2 years, and then like fell off.
Yeah, I probably followed it for like 3 years. So my uncle,
Old.
yeah, I'm old. My uncle was always into it, so I kind of had like a passive interest in it. But like you said, I just thought, to me, it was like watching Star Trek
Okay.
when I was younger. I was like, this is just so boring.
Oh, okay.
But then 2008.
So yes, sorry. Obviously, to preface as well, when I was into it, like this is when the cars are all like modified and they're like that. You can probably lift them up with one finger or something. Like,
Yeah,
but back
buttons.
when you were watching it, they didn't have like the safety things. They didn't. So it was like 100% more dangerous when
Oh
you
yeah.
were watching
Oh
it.
yeah.
Like,
But yeah. So what happened 2008? I had to do my leaving cert. So I got into Formula One because it was 3 hours on a Sunday.
you didn't have to do
That I
anything.
wouldn't be studying. But sure, there's no point watching the race if you don't watch the qualifying on the Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's another few hours gone on a Saturday.
Okay.
For sure, if you're watching the qualifying and
Race.
the race, she might as well watch the testing on the Friday.
Yeah.
So there's just to get out of studying.
Yeah.
But like you said, but to be honest, we started after we watched for F1. We threw on a few episodes of Drive to Survive.
Yeah.
Now, I know like a lot of people got into it, which would turn me away from it straight away.
Yes.
If it's mainstream, I won't be watching it.
Yeah. And that's why I didn't watch it for a long time.
Like Breaking Bad, Lost, any of that. I don't watch television at the best of times.
Yeah.
But Formula, like, just I knew it wouldn't do it for me, and to be honest, it didn't. Like watching it, I much prefer just watching the races.
Yeah.
And hearing about all the drama, because there's so much drama.
Yeah.
There's so much politics.
Yeah.
Like that's the racing is a tiny piece of the whole thing. It's like the rivalries between teams. It's the rivalries within teams.
The budgets.
The budgets.
Penalties.
But then that espionage, because I remember when I was watching it. What is Adrian Horner the guy in it now? He might have been the Red Bull designer.
Not Adrian. His name's Horner. I can't remember his first name. He's not It's not Adrian.
I can't really. It's something like that.
Horner. Yeah, the fella he's after getting the sack now.
But he was like the Red Bull. So the Red Bull. It was when Red Bull were starting to do well.
Yeah.
And he designed the Red Bull cars, and they were like this new way aerodynamics.
Yeah.
That was just on the border of the rule. I think
they're always on the border of the rules.
And then the next year, it's illegal what you've done.
Yeah, they're always at it.
But his designs got leaked to like Ferrari or McLaren, so there is all that politics and bitchiness in there.
Yeah,
it is like no wonder they could make Drive to Survive out of it, because there is so much drama.
Yes,
there's no artificial drama. There's so much going on. Like I remember one of the races, it was Vettel and Webber were with Red Bull, and they were both 1 and 2, and there was like a few laps left. Webber was in the lead, and he was their second driver. But the message came over: don't do anything, just see out the race. We're going to get a 1-2 finish, and Webber was in front, and Vettel took him over in a corner because he's so competitive. And then you could just hear them on the radio, like going mad at each other. And then because Webber, they said stand down, and he was the number 2 driver, so he had to take it more, and his contract might have been up.
Yeah.
But it was just so tense. Like it was just pure drama, because they had some code word. It was like, I can't remember what it was, but that essentially meant don't overtake each other. And but Vettel went against it because he was so competitive. Like, and I think he was storming away with the world championship. He didn't need to do it.
He didn't need to get the win, yeah.
Yeah, and but you just couldn't let Mark Webber, even though they were. I think they had a really good relationship.
But like you can even see in the Drive to Survive, like the biggest sometimes rivalries are in its own team.
But
It's
sorry,
crazy.
the year I got into it, it was Lewis Hamilton's debut season,
Okay.
rookie season. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Whatever. And he was with Alonso, and I think Alonso was the world champion, and they were both on McLaren. So it was like that. Alonso was he was older,
Yeah.
and I think he was meant to teach uh, Hamilton. But sure, I think he got like 10 podiums in a row, Hamilton. So then, and McLaren didn't have a 1-2, so they were both competing
Yeah.
as the number one driver. So they didn't have the hierarchy to say, right, we're going to let Alonso be our world champion and we're going to win as a team.
Mm-hmm.
So then there was real rivalry. I don't think they got on, but I think it was Vodafone did an ad of it was a really good ad. It's like the two of them leave their hotel room and it's who can get out of the hotel first.
I think I remember that.
So like one of them butts in front of the other in the lift. So then one of them jumps out the lift a few floors early, hits all the buttons, and then runs down the stairs. It was just really well done.
Mm.
But so self-aware as well that they're teammates, but
Yeah.
that they were willing to go along.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good at.
And that's the thing, I think obviously like it starts to tell you it's gonna be hammed up. Now I feel like I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like so I've the Drive to Survive as well. I found it handy when I first started watching it because it wasn't into Formula One.
Yeah.
So I feel like the first few episodes are setting up.
Okay.
If you're not into it, it's telling you how the racing works. It's showing you the different courses because as the series go on, it doesn't tell you about the courses. It just pops up and you're like, oh, because I wouldn't have known any of the courses. Well, I would have known like Monaco and I would have known like one or two, but it's kind of introducing you to the drivers as was back then. So it's giving you kind of an introduction to the team principles. So it's kind of like laying it up, and then as the series goes on, it's just okay, and it's just giving you all the drama, the races, what's going on. I think if you were to keep watching it, I think eventually you would really like it.
But I think I'd rather just get into watching Formula One again.
We'll do that too, but this will bring us up.
But I wouldn't need to because you watch it. I don't.
No, I want you to watch it. Comment below if Louis should be watching Drive to Survive.
But see, when I was watching it, you didn't have these. It wasn't. Well, clearly, it wasn't as mainstream.
No.
So yeah, I was big into it, and then because I didn't want to study, but then got into it. So then I was learning all the things.
Yeah.
But it was before we had flipping Google or that as well.
Yeah.
So I have the interest. I don't need to. I don't care for it.
Okay. It's great though.
Like there's enough backstory there just watching it every week.
I know, but it's just a great series. It is really good.
Yeah, I don't know. Just doesn't.
It's half an hour episode, like.
Yeah, that's very true. I like that as well. I thought it was going to be longer.
No, but they pack so much in. Like
Mm.
I know now at the minute it doesn't because it's only like introducing all the stuff. But at some point you're like, because then it was good as well. Like, well, at the time, like I wasn't watching it when it was the races were on, so I was catching up on all this stuff. So it was good for me because it was all like it was 3 years of racing that I caught up on. So I could see who won. I could see, where they were on the table. Could see the way point system worked. It was good for me to like that to get an understanding. But then it got to a point where I was watching the races and Drive to Survive was on. So you literally would like watch a race, and then the episode, so you could see like what was going on.
But how quick would the episodes come out?
I think we're doing one a week. Oh no, maybe it was. Sorry, you'd watch the season of racing and then Drive to Survive afterwards.
yeah.
So literally, you knew you were like, oh, I was watching that race, and then they were like, oh, this is what was going on in the background of all this stuff. Now I know they kind of are. They're quite open about the stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Do you know? As in, if obviously there's something about the car or there's overspend on the budget, like that all comes out in those anyway.
Yeah.
But it just sometimes you can see like in the background, okay, what was going on with like because there was like say a while ago there was like it's probably not even last year. It's anyway when I was watching it was big controversies. Basically, someone was on a team, and then news broke that they had signed someone else, and they were like, "But my contract hasn't finished, and I thought I was staying."
Yeah.
And then like it was really underhanded, but this was like people were like, "That's not right." Like it was really.
But it does seem like a really bitchy environment.
Yeah.
See, it's the Coronation Street. It's the WWE of it.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
it's great.
Like I remember Matty saying that when I was working in New York in the rap battles, this guy turns up once, and it looked like, because in battle rap they have belts as well,
Yeah.
and this guy looked like a WWE belt he had over his shoulder, and he's like, "On from a different league. I want to challenge your champion tonight."
Yeah.
And then the beast mode champion wouldn't take him up on it, because he said he was preparing for a battle. He had a title shot, or he had a
Mm.
title fight coming on, and he's like, and as well, I'm not at liberty to put our title up for grabs, just willy nilly.
Mm.
But then, like I said to Matt, he was like, that was fucking out of line, wasn't it? He's like, this is perfect. This is beautiful. This is what we need. It's the WWE, but
It's a drama. But then as well, I suppose it gets a different audience because at the same time, I'm like, when I watch like Drive to Survive, I'm like, women would love this.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I'm like, this is like, as you said, Coronation Street. It's like there's so much drama.
yeah, it is.
You know.
But it's such high stakes, such high money.
Mm.
High stakes is in your life is on the line every corner. If you're doing 300 kilometers going around
Yeah.
corners,
But not even just on corners, like
yeah,
anything. Can
yeah,
happen.
there could be a pebble on the track.
Anything.
You burst your tire and you just blow out. And yeah, the overtaking's great.
Yeah. Oh,
It is exhilarating to watch.
it is.
Yeah,
And the film really like
yeah, it's done really well.
amplified that.
Which I'd like to talk about Apple
Yes.
as a production or a streaming.
Yeah.
It was
Have
just
you
go on.
have you ever watched any Apple produced
Yeah,
things? Okay.
I'm sure they did some stuff with A24.
Okay.
But it's just, I heard someone as well a few years ago. They're like, "Is this a concern?"
Okay.
Because Apple and Amazon
Yeah.
had movies that were up for like the best picture,
Mm-hmm.
or I think no, maybe they both won like a significant number of awards.
Okay.
And they're like, Amazon's a shop and Apple is a tech company.
Yeah.
But now they're going into this space.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to get your thought. I don't know.
Well, Amazon, I don't know. I feel like anything I've watched of Amazon, I don't know if I've watched that much because a lot of the time it tends to be released on Amazon, doesn't it?
No, that's it.
Their stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't know if I've watched a film in the cinema that's been
Amazon.
I couldn't tell you. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
know.
aware.
I've not signed up. I don't have an Amazon account. I haven't signed up, so there's a lot of stuff I haven't watched. And I'm like, I just don't need another streaming service to be signed up to.
Yeah.
However, when I first got my phone, obviously when you get an Apple product,
Yeah.
you automatically get 3 months of Apple TV.
Yeah.
So you can use it. And I did. And like they have some really good series. I've watched some really, really good
Yeah.
series that they have. Anyway, I don't know films wise. So this I think the F1 film is the first Apple film I've watched. I'm not sure. But series wise, like they are bringing out some really good stuff. And
Really?
visually it looks really good. Like the camera quality is just really good. It always just looks class. I watched one. It was with Rooney Mara and I can't remember the actor's name, but basically she plays a teacher and he is a student, and then they end up having a relationship, and it's years later, and like now it was
That'll never happen.
oh, it was really good. And there was another one I had started watching it, and it was about a young lad. Is Bryan Cranston the father?
Breaking Bad.
No, Bryan Cranston's the father. I think he's a lawyer.
Oh,
Son-
Malcolm in the Middle.
And his son either kills someone in a crash
Okay.
or something, but runs away and doesn't tell anyone.
Okay.
And then it comes out, and I think the father's trying to cover it up or help him get away. But it's very good. I didn't watch the whole series, but like the few I watched, again, visually, it just looks great. And it's like they've just got some really good stuff.
I heard someone as well say it was, when Apple Lens things came out. There was saying like this is their first iteration of it. Said, but when Apple go into a space, they dominate it.
Yeah, they do.
So like they change music with the iPod. The Apple Mac, the computers, like that's I wouldn't say exclusively, but any creative place I've worked, everyone's been on Mac, and I thought the phone was going to be a flop. Now everyone has an iPhone.
Yeah.
It's the standard. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe to take over the cinema world.
I have no issue. Okay, so I do have some issues and I don't have issues as well. Okay, so my issue with Apple is like that, the phone thing. I hate, what was that thing we watched the other day? It was on something obsolete.
Built-in obsolescence.
Built-in obsolescence. I hate that. I hate the fact that like my phone is perfectly fine, but it's running slow now because it's not big enough to hold the new iOS update, which means at some point I'm gonna have to buy a new phone. Which I'm like, I'm not spending $2,000 on a phone. However, in saying that, as you said, any field they go into, they seem to dominate. I'm all for
Better movies.
better movies,
Yeah.
money being put into the movies, as long as, actors are getting paid fairly, as long as all these things.
Yeah.
But like that, there's so many bad movies now. Maybe someone should keep pushing and trying to make the best out of
Make quality content.
make quality content. Like,
No, the other thing as well, when I saw the Apple logo at the start of it, I was like, I think every member of this performance is going to have an iPhone,
yeah,
and they're all going to be using Apple Macs. So it could be, like Logan Paul does. The whole thing's just an ad for Prime.
yeah. But I didn't really notice in the film. It wasn't in your face.
No,
No one had their phone out every 2 seconds.
I thought everything was subtle.
Very subtle.
All the minor details that we've mentioned, everything was subtly done. It was done really well.
Yeah.
Like that, you said, it wasn't crammed down your throat.
Like some films are. Like they're sitting there talking and like it's like the computer and then they just have their little face here.
Yeah, there's an Apple, like some of the Apple films, they're sat with a computer, like literally that.
Yeah.
It's an iMac.
But I don't know if it's the Apple films, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've seen them in some of them.
No, very subtle, and I was appreciative of it.
Yeah.
Like, because even with the F1, advertising is so massive.
Yeah.
Because obviously the teams are getting sponsored. Like that, there's a lot for Heineken Zero, but that wasn't.
Dubai.
Oh yeah.
That was like an advertisement for Dubai.
I never copped that. Suppose they spent a lot of time there.
But, was it Air Dubai? Is that the airline?
Yeah, I think so.
There was a lot of that. Etihad.
Yeah.
Emirates. Like I know they sponsor F1, but they were very
Yeah, and that's where the final race was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But is that where the final races are?
It changes up every year. Like it's not consistent.
Okay. Yeah, it never even crossed my mind there.
Like,
See,
it used to always be Brazil, and it used to always start in Melbourne.
Yeah, see, it's just so off my radar.
Yeah.
That like I'm just like, oh, I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Go there. Didn't too much take it in, and then I was just like, oh, it's just F1. But yeah, subconsciously people would be like, oh, I goes there to see that in it. But yeah, like the Heineken Zero thing, like that does sponsor. So like the advertising
Was consistent.
was consistent, yeah, and like that again, as you said, I didn't feel like there was an iPhone like.
Well, I did notice as well. In fairness, on the team, the sponsor, they had Dell on the sleeve.
Yeah. Yeah.
For an Apple movie, like.
Yeah, I see. I think it has to be because I think it's such a big thing now. People would know.
But this.
See, I don't think Apple sponsor any.
No, but but it's a fake film.
I know.
But also, I think it was on. This is a fictitious theme, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Even that they put Dell on it. I thought it was.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. Ostrich burying our head in the sand. There's absolutely no other manufacturer of computers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's just us. Those are known. Yeah, self-aware.
Yeah. What do you think of the whole Apple thing?
Like you said, as long as they're making good quality movies. Yeah, and I think when they enter space, they do a good job.
Mm.
The editing, the pacing, and the length.
2 hours 35 minutes.
Yes.
Was it too long?
No.
No.
Did it feel like 2.5 hours?
Okay. Here's my thing. I can't leave the cinema to go to the toilet. That used to be me. I'm 30 years of age now.
We're also drinking.
I'm drinking, we were drinking alcohol, but I'm also drinking a lot more water. And I had to go. But I didn't want to leave.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I go, oh, that's a bit of shit here, I'll leave.
Mm.
I was kind of like, oh shit, I'm leaving to go to the toilet. I had to go twice during the film. But like did not feel, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know how long the film was when we were going into it.
Yeah, same.
And I was like, God, that did not feel like.
No.
It was 2.5 hours of jam-packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crap. It was brilliant.
But that's the pacing. so it was paced really well.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a steady pace. I suppose there was exhilarating parts, but even it never felt like it lulled. I was, there was none of it where I was like, oh, you could trim that. Like it all made sense. It was all relevant. It didn't drag.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought, two comments on the editing. A lot of jump cuts, like when he was throwing the cards.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, it's the same. So it'd be like that angle,
Mm-hmm.
first card, and then it cuts, half the deck's gone. Then it cuts, the rest of the deck is gone.
Okay.
But it didn't just get coverage to show the passage of time. But
Okay.
but it was just a really, it was used a lot,
Okay.
jump cuts. And then the other thing was, I thought there was a certain shot that was really overused. It was the, now I don't know if to do this in F1, that 180 view of, it's in the car and it's looking ahead, and then it swivels and it's at the face of the driver.
Okay.
So it's like a 180 spin.
Yeah.
They did that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Once or twice would have been fine, but if just, I knew it was coming up every race.
Okay.
It was like putting a Zolly in. You do it once in a movie.
Okay.
Like, oh, that's cool. Whereas then it's like, we've got this new toy and we really want to make sure we're showing you we're clever.
Okay.
But they were the only minor details.
But then as well, you don't know. I wonder as well, were they doing that because obviously with the F1, it's probably very expensive, because I know it's the film, but it's also the races that they were shooting. So would they have had to pay the F1 more money? Maybe the F1 were only giving them rights to so much of a race or something. Could it have some? Because then I know,
Yeah.
like, they're your main characters as well. So, you know, what are you going to shoot if you can't use the full race?
But
And then there's
but I
probably only
mean,
so much of it that they could.
no, but I mean, just don't have that spin
Okay.
at the 360, because it's probably a 360 camera. Just have a shot of the front and then cut to the shot of the reverse.
Oh, okay.
It was just that pan.
You just didn't like it, no.
Like it was cool, like once or twice,
Yeah,
but
okay.
not like 10 times or whatever amount it was in the movie.
Yeah.
It just seemed like overused.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not technical, so it didn't.
Yeah, didn't phase you.
I don't really remember it.
Yeah.
But, like, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You happy with the length of the movie, the pace?
Oh, yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I was surprised it was so long. I kind of knew it was over the 2 hours mark, but only because I checked my watch.
Yeah.
Not because I was like, oh, this is a long movie. I wasn't tired.
No.
It's very tough to maintain that pace. It's very well done.
Very well done.
Props. So Aaron Singleton, on a scale of Fast and the Furious to a Senna documentary.
I've never seen either of them. I've only ever seen Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift.
Okay, that's the worst one. On a scale of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift to Drive. I can't use Drive because Drive is the greatest movie of all time.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna give it like. See, I'm gonna be very like. Was it the best movie I've ever seen? No.
Yes.
However, is it the first movie in a long time that I've been really excited about, and I've literally not wanted to leave? Like, you know what I mean? As we said, there's no lulls.
Yeah.
Like, I might give it like an 8.
Okay.
8.3?
Oh.
Because I was going to say 9.
I heard it.
I was going to say 9.
Oh.
But, like, it wasn't the best film I've ever seen, but, like, it was amazing. Like, I was really, like, I'd watch it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And there's not many films I've seen lately. I was sat there. I did not want to leave to go to the toilet. You know, the popcorn was done fat. I was like, should I get more popcorn? Like, or, like, I didn't even need, you know, you didn't need the extra bits. I was sat there and I was like,
yeah.
I felt like a child in the cinema again.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
It was so exciting.
Yeah.
And, like, it really, like that, it's making me want to get back into F1.
Good.
It's really kind of reignited something that I've gone, 8.3.
8.3. Wow.
Louis DC.
King
On
of
a scale of
Trollers.
Fast and Furious to Senna, what are you giving it?
Ah, I was thinking the eights, but I think it'd be an 8 today, but it wouldn't be an 8 forever. I think
Yeah.
I'm just impressed with it because I've seen it now, and I would watch it again. But I don't know if it's been the Ace Club. I think 7.5, 7.5. I'd highly encourage everyone to see it.
Yeah.
And even if you're, like you said, if you're not into F1, it's just drama and really accessible for everyone. It explains everything.
Yeah.
But without being too techy or too nerdy or spending too much time on it.
And also not dumbing it down.
Yes, very true.
Yeah.
And it lets you do a bit of lifting. I just thought it was a very good movie, not just a good sports
Story.
movie or racing movie.
I have to say it was a very good sports movie.
Yeah.
Very good sports
Yeah.
movie. But also not inaccessible for people that aren't into sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I feel like my ma could watch it.
Yeah.
My ma has no interest
Yeah.
in racing.
Yeah. But that being said, I'd say 7.5. 7.5.
Okay.
Strong 7.5.
Okay.
Pushing towards the 8.
My ratings usually are more so about how the film makes me feel.
Yeah.
Than how the film is.
How good of a film it is.
Yeah.
You're...
And I think that is more important in cinema than
but
the film.
No, 100%, because like I remember saying that with Kitty as well. Is that the best movie ever made isn't my favorite movie.
Okay. Yeah.
My favorite movie is my favorite movie.
Yeah.
Even with its flaws.
Yeah. Well, I think my favorite movie is the best film ever made, Cat in the Hat.
Flawless.
Flawless
victory.
It's not my favorite film, but
are you excited? It's not your favorite film?
It's one of my favorite films. I love favorite films.
Yeah, exactly. My list of favorite films is about 200.
Yeah.
Are you excited to see that remade?
That's a bit.
So if you enjoyed this review, please hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to see more reviews, hit this playlist right here. Oh, I think we might have got it. Bingo bango. And as always, thanks for coming.